episode of our Mass Effect 2 Legendary Edition playthrough on Insanity difficulty. In the last episode, we did Archangel's recruitment mission, which we found out at the end was Garrus. If you didn't watch that video, go ahead and check it out. I'll link it in the iCards, as well as the playlist to all the Let's Plays on the channel. But we're just going to do the usual, and after each mission do our little check-in with everybody, so we're going to start off with Jacob on this one.
Commander, can I help you with something?
I want to talk about you.
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
If you want, Commander. Cerberus has ranks, but it's not the Alliance. No rules about fraternization. Your vote, your call. You want to get friendly with everyone? That's your business.
Relax, Jacob. I'm just interested in what makes you tick.
Anyone else said that, I'd walk away. Most Cerberus people try to play like the elusive man, hiding bullshit behind a smile. But you? I like what I've seen. I'll give you a shot. What do you want to know?
Any family?
Anyone waiting for you back home?
Only child and no extended family. Never settled down. Didn't seem fair with this job. But you can't miss what you never had.
You seem quick. What did that? You and Miranda have history?
I know you and Miranda worked together. I got the impression it might have been more than that.
It got a little close. Then it got really far apart. The rest isn't your business, Commander.
You're right. Let's drop it.
Consider it dropped. I trust you to keep everything professional, Jacob.
Thanks. That always bugged me about the Alliance. They didn't let people handle their own problems. Cerberus isn't any better. They just put more effort into hiding how much they spy on you.
Huh? We got nothing to hide.
Let them watch. We're not hiding anything.
Wouldn't matter if we were. It's not like they can reel us in. We're handling this, whether they like it or not. Anyway, I should get back to prep. Nice talking to you, Shepard. Let's do it again sometime.
So, for those of you that don't know or haven't played through the game before, Miranda and Jacob dated, and then Miranda kind of said, yeah, no, not really feeling this, because I don't think Miranda ever actually had, like, true feelings for Jacob, the way that they kind of portray it, so it makes it seem like she's kind of just using him to pass the time, as they say. But let's talk to Morden again real quick.
Shepard, how can I help?
I want to talk about you, Morden.
Have you got a minute to talk?
Yes, we'd like that, actually. Talked about work earlier. Time with Special Tasks Group studying genophage. It wasn't entirely honest. Lie of omission. Also, other kinds need to clear the air. Mission too important to keep secrets. Work on genophage was more than just study.
What did you do?
What was the Special Task Group doing with the Krogan genophage?
Study at first, as I said, but uncovered surprising data. Krogan population was increasing at faster rate than expected. Krogan were adapting to genophage, overcoming disease.
How did that happen?
Did the Krogan evolve, or did some of their scientists develop a treatment?
Krogan scientists? Never met Krogan scientist worthy of term. No. Natural evolution. Krogan physiology incredibly durable. Organ redundancy, backup systems, cellular regeneration. Genophage like any other natural hazard. Krogan evolved past it.
This is good news.
The genophage was a terrible mistake. It nearly destroyed the Krogan and their culture. Now they have a chance to recover.
Naive viewpoint. Krogan too dangerous to allow unchecked birth rate. Look at Krogan rebellions. Personally led a science team. Geneticists, chemists, sociologists, mathematicians. Created new version of genophage. Released it on Tuchanka, other Krogan-centric areas. Restabilized Krogan population.
So you can go and ask questions, as always, and do a little bit of investigating. Since I've played through quite a bit, I already know how they distributed it, but we'll let you guys hear it and what happened with the effects of the modification as well.
How did you distribute the modified genophage?
Covert drops, hospitals, clan centers, water supplies. Very difficult. Few Solarians on Tuchanka. Team got caught a few times. Had to fight free. Messy. Better when things went as planned.
What happened because of the modification?
How did your genophage modification work?
Krogan evolution attached garbage genetic code to genophage attack sites. Modification created other areas for garbage code to connect. Left sites clean, capable, running smoothly.
So basically they just went and modified it so that way it would counteract the natural evolution. This was the best choice?
You never considered other options?
Hundreds. Thousands. Modified genophage offered best outcome. Stabilized population, avoided publicity that could incite Krogan anger, averted potential genocide, or devastating war. Best solution for whole galaxy. Krogan included.
What you did was wrong, Morden.
The genophage was a mistake bordering on a war crime. Recreating it is unforgivable.
Don't want me on team? Don't bring me. Can stay here, work on collector research. But no apologies. Did what was right. Hope you do the same if necessary. Should get back to work. Talk more later. Next time tissue synthesis has to compile. Good for free time.
So as you can see there, Morden kinda, it seemed like he was carrying a little bit of guilt, but then he kinda 180'd. Because, as I'm sure you guys have figured out about Morden, he's an incredibly logical person. Most scientists usually are, so whenever they can go and kind of rationalize things, for the most part, it seems they're going to go and rationalize it with numbers and, like, abstract raw facts, as opposed to actually going and looking at what, quote-unquote normal people see and, like, taking emotions and things like that into account. Also, I did do a little bit of research off-screen with the resources that we have, so you can always come over to the review your upgrades screen next to that and see what all we got. So we just did some damages. We got, Morden's Omnitool. We did the Metagel capacity. I went ahead and made the Inferno armor after doing some research. There's one armor that I think could be a little bit better as well that we are going to go and get on Omega at some point, or if I can find the other one first, we'll do that as well. But for right now, we're just going to do this one for the plus 10% negotiating bonus. And like I was saying in this episode, we're going to go ahead and swing by the Citadel once we get finished with checking in on the crew here. I'm not really going to go check on Zaid or the engineers on this one, just because there's not anything after this one that they really say. So we're just going to check in with Garrus and Miranda. And then even though you didn't see it there in the upgrade list, we did do the medical upgrade there.
Didn't really have a brother stationed there?
Yeah.
So if we wanted to, we could remove our scars. I usually don't. I just do it because I'm a little bit of a completionist on some of the things like that. And then this is where Garrus says he's just always going to be calculating your guns.
Need me for something?
So you can go and get his upgrades, same way we did with the other ones, where you just go investigate and hit Normandy upgrades.
Have you got any upgrade ideas for the Normandy's weapon systems?
A few, yeah. Here, take a look.
So then the other thing is platinum is going to be something that we need to go out and find a lot of the times, because with us being an infiltrator, we're going to be using sniper rifles, and also since we are playing on Insanity difficulty, we're going to be doing a lot of those medical upgrades to like the trauma unit, so that way when we use Unity, our squad mates get healed up to full health, as well as damage protection and things like that. So it can be pretty easy, and there is kind of like a semi workaround for it, because you saw we started off with 50,000, so if we really wanted to, we could have just skipped the medical bay upgrade and just gone and done all the other upgrades that we wanted to do. But if you have the Lair of the Shadowbreaker DLC, which you should if you are playing on Legendary Edition, you can always just complete that fairly early on. There is a speech check that you'll not be able to pass, and it's just going to cause you to give up all your heavy weapons ammo. So obviously if you do it early enough in the game, you can just get back to the rest of your ammo and things like that, because as you can see, we find plenty of it laying around like that, and you can actually go and purchase like the locations of planets for each valuable resource basically. Then you also get periodically emailed research projects that you can do and stuff like that, as well as little side missions that you can invest credits for and then get return on investments and things like that. I haven't decided if we're going to do that early on yet in this playthrough or not, but just wanted you guys to know that is an option if you want to do it. So we'll say we just want to talk.
Have you got a minute?
Sure. Just checking the weapon systems. You can never be too careful. I thought I'd seen every weapon in the galaxy in our fight against Saren. Mercenary work showed me otherwise. And now Cerberus rebuilds the Normandy with a few upgrades to boot. I wish we joined up with them sooner.
We're not with them.
We haven't joined Cerberus. They're funding our mission. That's all.
Relax, Shepard. Just a figure of speech. I can't exactly doubt your judgment. Not after I got my own squad killed.
What was your squad doing?
What did your merc squad do? It didn't sound like you were available for hire.
You saw Omega. It was full of thugs kicking the helpless. I formed my team to kick back. We weren't mercenaries. At least nobody was paying us. We made money by taking down slavers, pirates, or gangs that went too far.
You were a thug?
It sounds like you were just another gang.
Then I'm saying it wrong. We didn't shake anyone down. No civilian casualties. That was our rule. Every member of my team had lost someone to Omega's gangs. We weren't out to get rich. We were out to make those bastards think twice before murdering someone in the street.
Who all did you have on your squad?
Tell me about your squad.
There were 12 of us, including me. Former military operatives, CSEC agents, the usual. Had a Solarian explosives expert. Pretty sure he'd spent time in the Special Tasks group. My tech expert was a Batarian, believe it or not. Not the friendliest guy, but he could hack any system ever built.
What else happened?
How'd you end up fighting mercenaries here on Omega?
I went back to CSEC after the Normandy was destroyed, but with all the rebuilding at the Citadel, there was too much chaos for me to really help. Omega was filled with criminals nobody else could touch, and there was no red tape to slow me down. It was a perfect fit. People here needed someone to believe in, someone to stand up to the local thugs.
How'd you get your group?
That explains how you started. How'd you end up with a squad?
Not too different from how you formed your squad to fight Saren, actually. You prove that you get things done, and people join up. Mercs who wanted to atone. Security consultants tired of playing by the rules. I gave them hope. And now they're dead. Shows what I know.
What happened to you?
How did those mercenary gangs take down your team?
It was my own damn fault. One of my people betrayed me. A Turian named Sidonis. He drew me away just before the mercs attacked my squad. Then he disappeared. Everyone except me is dead because of him. And because I didn't see it coming.
Give me the rundown.
I'm not sure I understand. What happened exactly?
Sidonis asked for my help on a job. When I got to the meeting point, nobody was there. By the time I got back to our hideout, the mercs had killed all but 2 of my squad. And they didn't last long.
Have you found him?
Do you know where Sidonis is now?
No. His trail vanishes after he leaves Omega, but I'll keep hunting. I lost my whole team except for Sidonis. One day I'll find him and correct that. Thanks for coming by, Shepard. I've got some things to take care of.
And so, hint hint, Garrus's loyalty mission is going to involve Sidonis. But we will get to that later because if you're not coming and talking to each of your squad mates after each of the missions, Kelly will eventually tell you, hey, so-and-so wants to talk, because, you know, whenever we come out of the galaxy map, or whenever we enter into it, she tells us, hey, you've got messages, or hey, so-and-so wants to talk. Or if you want, you can always check by going in and talking to her and saying, hey, what's the status of the crew? And it'll give you the same rundown, even if it's multiple people. Also, you can see in your journal, it will show up in assignments, and it'll say, you know, whoever it is. So like Morden, for example, his quest name is Old Blood, I believe. So it'll be Morden Old Blood, and it'll say, hey, go talk to Morden in your little assignments here inside of your journal. Let's see what Miranda has to say.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Can we talk?
You have a minute, Miranda?
There's a lot to do, Shepard. Maybe another time.
Alright, see ya.
I'll let you work.
Of course, Commander.
So, see, sometimes everybody's not exactly going to have anything to say. But what we are going to do now is go ahead and get up here to... Let's see. Yeah, let's go up to the captain's cabin real quick. And we have to come up here to change our armor to the Inferno armor. And now we'll head on over to the Citadel to talk to the council, and also to talk to a few people on there so that we can get some upgrades. And in case you're wondering, I picked up some extra resources by doing these planets as well as the ones in there with Omega, and just mining up whatever resources I could. So we're gonna go over here to the Citadel. And just Omega, and that one I got about 30,000 platinum, so if you are needing platinum, you can do the planets in those two systems and you can get a fair bit, which if you're not doing the medical bay upgrade, that would give you almost 100,000 platinum, which is quite a bit. And here, we'll let you guys watch the landing scene for the Citadel since it's our first time coming here. In the future, just like with the rest of them, we'll just give it a little skip. Hey, we recognize that place. And so for this part, it doesn't matter, you know, who you pick. The conversation with the council is kind of going to go the same. So usually Garrus and Miranda are my squad for right now. And then, you know, obviously we have Garrus that needs some upgrading. And so then you can choose to either give him the 3rd Overload or the 3rd Turian Rebel or the 3rd Concussive Shot. I usually like to do Overload, just because, you know, with us being on these higher difficulties, everybody's going to have either shields or armor, and since he's never going to have an ability that's going to damage armor outside of his ammo, not really any point in upgrading his Concussive Shot just yet. And so this is where you always land at when you come to the Citadel, is right here in this area. And then once you go through it, there's a rapid transit you can use right here. So like, none of this is available to you right now because you haven't gone and been through the processing right there. But this is where you just pick up Kasumi.
Please tell me your password, Commander Shepard.
Silence is golden.
Silence is golden.
Good to finally meet you, Commander Shepard. Kasumi Goto. I'm a fan.
Have you been briefed?
Has Cerberus filled you in on the mission?
Honestly, I'm shocked they didn't come to see me sooner. My fault for being hard to find, I guess.
Why the secrecy?
What's with the password and the sneaking around? Are you in trouble or something?
I'm the best thief in the business, not the most famous. Need to watch my step to keep it that way. I also needed to make sure all this was legit. And I have no doubts now. You're the real Commander Shepard.
Tell me about you and Cerberus.
What brought you to Cerberus?
That's a bit of a story. Short version, they were looking for me, so I trailed them to find out why. Turns out they were looking for someone to join you on an important mission, and were offering a serious signing bonus. I had a thing I needed help with, so I made them a deal. And here we are.
What's the deal?
I assume this deal is something I should know about?
Yeah, I guess it slipped their minds. I'm looking for my old partner's gray box. A man named Donovan Hawk took it, and I'm planning to get it back.
And so then you can go and ask her about all of this. But basically, yeah, her partner was her boyfriend, and a gray box is a device that you can use to basically record memories and things like that on, like mementos of your time together. And Donovan Hawk is the guy who actually has it, so what her loyalty mission is actually you going and breaking into his vault. But we'll take care of that another time.
If that's what Cerberus promised you, we'll get it done.
It'll be fun. And if we're lucky, you won't even have to draw your gun. We should probably wrap this up. You look pretty silly standing there talking to an advertisement. See you on the ship, Shepard.
Now, she has some pretty cool abilities, but nothing that's going to be too useful for us right now.
Feel the weight! Every 5 seconds, the main gun of an effort.
Obviously, security has tightened since you were last here.
Can't imagine why.
Shut it down. What? Do you seriously think?
Yeah, okay.
Sorry for the inconvenience, sir. Our scanners are picking up false readings. They seem to think you're, dead.
Technically, I was.
I was listed as missing in action a couple of years ago.
Would you mind checking in with my captain? He can reinstate you in our system. He's just past the scanners on your right.
You'll have to make him scream a little. He's not gonna tell you everything just because you ask.
I know, sir.
If you don't have the stomach or you're worried about being reported, I can take care of it.
No, sir. I can handle it.
So, in case you guys are recognizing Captain Bailey's voice, he is actually the actor. I don't remember his name, but he acts Colonel Ty in the new version of Battlestar Galactica, and he's also in a couple of other shows that I've seen, so I always thought it was interesting when I found out he was one of the voice actors in this game.
Yes, I see the problem already, Commander Shepard. My console says you're dead.
Can you fix it?
Your sergeant said you could help with that.
Usually you'd have to go through the Station Security Administration to reactivate your IDs, then to Customs and Immigration to regain access to the Citadel itself, and probably a stop by the Treasury. Spending a year dead is a popular tax dodge. But I can see you're a busy man. So how about I just press this button right here, and we call it done?
Seems legit.
That'd be great.
Done. You're good to go. You should head up to the Presidium, though. The Council would probably like to know that one of their lost Spectres is still kicking.
That's the plan.
I will. Having access to the Council and the Spectre's resources would be useful.
Yeah. The Council can get anything. Best thing about working CSEC is that any equipment, information, or money you need, you get. Anyway, something else you need? Or can I get back to work?
And so you can do a little bit of talking to him and things like that. But I like Bailey. He's a pretty interesting character, and we'll have some more interactions with him later on in the game.
I should be going.
You need anything else, let me know.
But, so if we just pull up the map here, basically at any of these shops, except for the Zakara Cafe, I believe, you can go and talk to the shop owners and get yourself a little discount.
This is the Zakara ward.
Didn't mean to talk to you, Avina.
Have a pleasant day.
But when you talk to her that first time, she actually say that it's been, you know,
this is the best place
200 and something days since your last login, because obviously the last time you logged in was when you were on the Citadel last, and since you were dead. Kind of just a little funny thing that they put into the game there.
You heard wrong. This is the best place for food on the whole damn Citadel.
So with getting those improved provisions, that will give us another little Paragon boost by giving them to Garner there, back on the ship. And we're just starting down here because we can just take the rapid transit back up to the top. There's nothing on this side, it's just this store right here. Because there's nobody. Oh wait, I lied. There's the Serta Foundation over there. So
Welcome
you
to
just come in and
Siren's
talk to whoever the
Can I
shop
interest
owner
you?
is.
Ah, Shepard.
Do I know you?
No, but I know you. Even a senile Hanar would remember the human who fought off the Geth. I thought you were dead.
Yeah, I've been getting that a lot.
Please, look around the store. It's a pleasure to have you here.
You want an endorsement?
You know, I use quite a bit of software in my line of work.
It's a shame so few understand their own equipment. Besides the most obvious point-and-go nav interfaces, anyway.
You wouldn't believe how often I hear, "Why's the ship turning around? We're only halfway there."
Oh, I would.
You know, I like your products. Any interest in an endorsement from the human who defeated Saren?
I'd be thrilled, but I don't think I could afford to pay you for it.
Don't worry about it. What if we just work out a discount?
Absolutely. Just speak into my console here.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
That will be splendid. I can edit that and have it working right away. Thank you so much.
And so then after that, whenever you walk into these stores, it'll just say the same thing. But so, we are going to go ahead and get the tech damage and the, I'm gonna do damage protection.
This should come in handy.
Because there's another upgrade that we want to get that's in another one of the stores, which is going to be another sniper rifle damage. And then you can just go right here and talk to her. Same
to the
deal.
Server Foundation outlet on Zakera Ward.
You want an endorsement?
I couldn't help but notice your prices. They seem a bit steep.
With respect, the Foundation is not concerned with profits. A portion of our sales funds research to cure genetic diseases.
You know what would make your services more popular? An endorsement from the man who defeated Saren.
Oh my! You're Shepard, aren't you? I would be glad to give you my employee discount if you would do that for us.
It's a deal.
Just speak into my console here.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
I'll work it into our advertising at once. Thank you.
So, and here you've got the increase your health by 10% if you end up, because there's some pieces where you can go and you can customize the pieces of it, but with like the Inferno armor you saw there and with a few of the other sets, you can't customize it, so it's just, hey, this is the suit, this is what you get with it, and that's all there is to it. But with the pieces you can buy in the stores and stuff, you can usually customize it. And so then here, if we want to, we can go ahead and get the metagel capacity as well. But like I said, I'm going to hold off because I know there's for sure one more that we want to get. And we'll come back and deal with that little situation there in a little bit. But you want to go to level 28 because 27 is where you start at. And then if we have a little bit of money left, I'll see how it is. Because like I said, buying the upgrades is kind of the easiest way to do it, just because you get credits a lot faster. You don't have to do all the scanning and things like that on the planets.
Have you tried Galaxy of Fantasy yet? I love that game.
So you just want to come right on over here.
What can I do for you?
And then you can just do the same thing, and I'll skip the dialogue this time on it.
Well, my name's
Shepard.
Oh, sure you can.
A discount?
I'm Commander Shepard.
No other gun shop has that kind of endorsement.
But basically, yeah, he kind of has a little bit of back and forth with you about, wait, seriously? You're the guy who took down Saren? But so, you see these three right here. So it's going to be 150. We aren't going to use either of these or that or those. We're just going to be doing these three right here. And so we have 54 left, so we can go back and get that extra metagel capacity if we want.
You have any games you'd like to trade in?
Or we can just save for one mission or so and get another 25 and go get the tech damage. And that's what I'm going to do, is save to get the tech damage for right now. Because that's across the board damage boosts.
This meeting would be more productive if Udina was to join us.
My advisor is unavailable. As counselor, I represent the voice of humanity and the Alliance. Shepard will be here and... Oh, Commander. We were just talking about you.
Good to see you, buddy.
It's been a long time, Anderson. I hope the last couple of years have treated you right.
There have been some rough spots. It's good to have you back.
We've heard many rumors surrounding your unexpected return. Some of them are unsettling.
We called this meeting so you could explain your actions, Shepard. We owe you that much. After all, you saved our lives in the battle against Saren and his Geth.
I need your help.
The Collectors are abducting human colonists in the Terminus systems. Worse, we think they're working for the Reapers.
The Terminus systems are beyond our jurisdiction. Your colonists knew this when they left Council space.
You're missing the important part, Counselor. The Reapers are involved.
Ah yes, Reapers. The immortal race of sentient starships allegedly waiting in dark space. We have dismissed that claim.
Shepard, no one else encountered the hologram on Ilos that told you the truth about the Reapers. Only you and your crew ever spoke with Sovereign. I believe you. But without evidence from another source, the others think Saren was behind the Geth attacks.
And so this is kind of what I was talking about at the end of the whole ME1 Let's Play, is that you're like, yes, the Council's finally acknowledged everything, right? And then as soon as the intro plays for 2, they're like, oh hey, you're gonna go off to fight Geth and mop up, quote-unquote, the stragglers. And then if you go and investigate these, basically, they'll say that once you go and get back, like I said, they went to Ilos, right, to investigate, and the hologram was completely gone, because obviously that facility had limited power, and everything was literally falling apart and dying in it when you got there. So by the time they went back to investigate, all the VIs and everything had gone away. Obviously there was nothing on Vermeer because we kind of blew it up with a bomb, so nothing there. And you know, when you go and raise the point of why would the Geth follow Saren, then you know they kind of just counter. But long story short, you want to just go ahead and do the typical, I deserve better than this.
I kept Saren from conquering the Citadel. I sacrificed human lives to save this council.
We are in a difficult position, Shepard. You are working for Cerberus, an avowed enemy of the Council. This is treason, a capital offense.
That's too far. Shepard is a hero. I'm on this council too, and I won't let this whitewash continue.
Maybe there is a compromise, not a public acknowledgement given your ties, but something to show peripheral support.
Shepard, if you keep a low profile and restrict your operations to the Terminus systems, the Council is willing to offer you reinstatement as a Spectre.
And so then, you know, we just go ahead and play nice because we play in the nice guy character.
I accept your offer. It's good to have the Council on my side.
Good luck with your investigation, Shepard. We hope for a quick resolution and a quick end to your relationship with Cerberus.
Well, that went better than expected. You realize the Council's offer is just symbolic. They won't actually do anything.
No need to burn bridges just yet.
Even if they don't help, I might as well stay on good terms.
True enough. Don't worry about the Council or the Alliance. I'll find some way to keep them off your back. Shouldn't be too hard. As long as you keep to the Terminus systems.
Anderson, we need to talk about... Shepard. What are you doing here?
Visiting an old friend.
Stop by to see how Anderson was doing.
You don't have to cover for me. I invited Shepard here to speak with the Council. We just finished our meeting.
You what? Counselor, do the words political shitstorm mean anything to you?
Relax, the meeting went fine.
The Council reinstated my Spectre status. They're just happy I'm staying out in the Terminus systems.
Yes, I could see how that arrangement works best for both sides. But you really shouldn't have taken a step like this without consulting with me first, Counselor.
I don't answer to you, Udina. Why don't you go to your office and think about that for a while?
Of course, Counselor. Good day to both of you.
That's why I always put Anderson as the
Udina's
counselor.
never gotten over the fact that I got the Council position instead of him. Sometimes I need to put him in his place.
Didn't bother me.
Udina's just doing his job.
True enough. He's got his uses. And if you want something done on the Citadel, He knows who can make it happen. Plus, he's always happy to attend all those formal diplomatic functions I can't be bothered with.
And so I always like to just go there to get the whole, hey, get your Spectre status back up and things like that, and then I just come back and talk to Anderson later after a certain mission.
I better go.
Of course, Shepard, I understand. I wish I could do more to help you. But if you ever want to talk, I'll be here. Just do me a favor and be careful. You can't trust Cerberus.
And so then now we'll just go to the Normandy. And then we'll let you guys watch the scene. And then, like I said, now we're going to go ahead and, since we got Kasumi, we're going to go ahead and recruit Jack next. And I'm sure you guys saw we got some extra little researches unlocked there. So you can do the Warlord here or the Convict. It really doesn't matter what order you go in. But after this one, I believe you should have the next little main mission that's not related to squad recruitment missions trigger. But let's get out of here real quick.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
And like I said, you got your research that you unlocked here. So what we need about 5,000 more platinum to get that increased damage there. And then you see how it'll say you need one more damage upgrade. So it's the same thing with the heavy weapons that I was telling you about earlier. So if you go right here to the M920 cane, we need one more heavy weapon ammo upgrade. But we should be fine for right now. I don't think we'll need the bonus armor damage just yet. So right here, this is just a little side mission that you can get from Cerberus that we'll do next. This is Samesh. If you remember, we got his wife's body released in Mass Effect 1. Then Emily Wong, of course, everybody's favorite reporter. Then this is one of Garrus's squad mates. I believe it's their wife, going and just saying to take care of him. And then this is obviously Morden's assistant, Daniel. But as I said, we're going to go ahead and get into our mission for this episode, which is going to be recruiting Jack. So, like I was saying, you can come over here. Her flashbang grenade ability can be useful, but not necessarily right now on the mission that we're going into. So we're gonna go ahead and just do Garrison Miranda again. And then, let's see. Trying to think. There's not really going to be any thing that Disruptor or Cryo Ammo would be useful for on this one. I think what we'll do is, let's go ahead and we'll just max out Energy Drain here. And we're going to do Heavy Drain instead of Area Drain. Because while it would be nice to hit more people, their shields are going to be so strong that, you know, it's not necessarily going to make that much of a difference if we go and do the area. But so if you actually go and look at the description here for the Purgatory ship before you go dock with it, it basically tells you that this is kind of like a privately owned prison that's run by the Blue Suns mercenary facility, who we just had a pretty big run-in with back there on Omega. And basically, they don't say it, when you talk to the Warden Krell, he'll tell you that they get a fee from the home planets of any of the criminals that they house here to keep the prisoners off the planet, but really they're kind of like running an extortion racket because they also kidnap people and blackmail, you know, their family members into sending them money and things like that. So, not exactly the best prison to go and end up
Welcome
in here.
to the Purgatory,
Obviously.
Shepard. Your package is being prepped and you can claim it shortly. As this is a high security vessel, you'll need to relinquish your weapons before we proceed.
Nah, bruh, I'm gonna be keeping my weapons. Sorry.
I can't do that.
Everyone stand down. Commander, I'm Warden Kira, and this is my ship. Your weapons will be returned on the way out. You must realize this is just a standard procedure.
Standard or not, I'm still keeping my gun, son.
It's my standard procedure to keep my gun.
Let them proceed. Our facility is more than secure enough to handle 3 armed guests. We're bringing Jack out of cryo. As soon as the funds clear, you can be on your way. If you'll follow me to out-processing for the pickup, Commander.
Let's go.
And so then also anyone can come along that has money and buy any of these prisoners too.
As you can see, we keep tight control over the population. Each prisoner's cell is a self-contained modular unit. I've blown a few out the airlocks as an example. The ship is made up of 30 cell blocks identical to this one. We house thousands of criminals. We can put the whole place in lockdown on a moment's notice. Nothing goes wrong here.
And so then you can investigate, but he's not really going to tell you too much. Because if you ask how they fund it, it's kind of just what I was talking about, where they say they're getting, you know, money from planets where these prisoners are from, so that they keep them out in space so they can't deal damage to the planets. He will tell you that he used to be a CSEC officer, and then he'll just tell you that Jack is like the most violent person that he's ever met. Which sounds like, you know, a great addition to a team that's going on a suicide mission, right guys? But let's keep it moving.
Let's get on with this.
Have there been escape attempts?
We're in space. They have nowhere to go, and they know it. But still, we exercise extreme caution. These are dangerous individuals. We have many ways to control the population. I'm going to confirm that the funds from Cerberus cleared. Out processing is straight down this hallway. Just keep going past the interrogation rooms and the Supermax wing. I'll catch up with you later, Shepard.
So then, you know, if you ever don't know where to go, you can just go and look at your map, and it'll just, by pointing at it, that door over there is where you need to go.
You don't
but
even get good
we'll go ahead and get some
After a point, victims admit to
Paragon
anything
here.
to make the pain stop.
Is there something I can do for you?
Is this really necessary?
There's no excuse for beating a prisoner who can't fight back.
This is a massage compared to what his victims went through.
This is beneath you.
This degrades you as much as him.
We have orders.
You're not important enough to make your own decisions?
I admit, I sometimes get tired of this. Does this really get us anything useful?
Stop this. For your own sake.
Yeah, you're right. Call it off. At least for now.
And so then if you talk to this
Hey guys,
guy,
over
he's
here.
trying to get you
Let me ask you something.
to go and buy his freedom as well, but then he finds out that you're here to free Jack, and then he's like, oh no, never mind, I stay where I'm at. And then this guy is kind of just talking about the voices he hears in his head if you ever go interact with him. So he's gonna get on over here to out processing.
Out processing is through the door on the far side of the room.
My apologies, Shepard. You're more valuable as a prisoner than a customer.
What? It's a trap? No way.
Drop your weapons and proceed into this open cell. You will not be harmed.
Y'all didn't really think we're going to be able to just walk in here and pay for this person and walk out, right? Come on now.
Maybe I can change your mind.
Activate systems.
So, as you can see, we're going to have guys getting funneled in right over here. So, I highly recommend that you just stick to the back of the room since we're playing on higher difficulties, because it will take you a little bit of time to go and take each of these people down.
Good shot!
And it just gives you more time for you and your squad's abilities to reason there. I'm gonna just do warp. And
this should slow him down.
Then we'll do an incinerate. That missed, unfortunate. Now we're just gonna wait here for our shields to regenerate. So you always want to make sure that you get those little crosshairs on them. And whenever you see that little box, like you see right here, it didn't give us the little crosshair squeezing down on it like it's supposed to. So we're not going to go and use that ability. Now if you see here, you saw how it outlined him. That's how we know that that's gonna hit. Same with him. Now we got the crosshair, so now we're good to go. Ah, still missed the shot though. Unfortunate. Just getting warmed up here, guys. So as you can see, our shields are going down pretty quick, which is why we are getting damage reduction. We're going to go ahead and swap now to the heavy pistol, because they're getting in kind of close to us. We are going to stay down right here, though. Now we've got our energy drain. We have someone who can have their shields taken away, which is what we're waiting on. Go ahead and do that on him. And so then we can swap back to our sniper rifle for a second. We'll go ahead and do warp and incinerate. Then we'll do overload on him. And incinerate.
Reinforced processing. Shepard is loose.
Go ahead and do energy drain. Go ahead and swap back to our pistol here. Concussive shot and a warp. Then use a little energy drain there. Which, in case you guys couldn't tell, it's kind of why we took energy drain, was so that way we could have just quick recovery options.
Firing up. High impact shot.
Because obviously we do not have singularity in this one to just kind of go and immediately crowd control people. And we also do not have stasis. Alright, so that is all of them. And like I said, you just want to hang out at the back, because you saw how much that space just really helped us out. Because we're just trying to play to our strengths. Now, gonna stay on the pistol or the submachine gun here, whichever one
We need to get Jack out of
you
cryo.
prefer. Because you got more that are coming right here. But they don't trigger until after you.
My shields are down.
And then we'll just stand right here. And so that's kind of what those guys do, is if they get into melee, then they just charge you and it overloads your shields, even if you're at full. So that's why you kind of want to hang back if you can and just take them out a little separately. So we will overload them. And then we'll energy drain that guy. can. Because something interesting there is regardless of how much shield they have, you still get your full amount of recovery from draining their shields. So like, you still get your 200 points or whatever it is that you're supposed to be getting drained out of them. And that's pretty much it for this part of the mission
Shepard is
here.
on the loose. Repeat.
He's got this guy.
Shepard is loose. Get people down here.
And then as we continue to level up our tech damage and our biotic damage and everything, we will continue to do more and more damage. We'll go ahead and get this metagel here, and now we'll override the security.
If we hack that control, every door on the cell block opens.
It's the only way to get Jack out of cryo.
I'm doing it. Be ready.
So now it is time to meet Jack.
That's Jack? We have to get down there.
Alright.
Warning. Warning. Sounds like heavy fighting.
And so then right here, you guys remember us buying one damage upgrade, so with this one, when we complete it, which should just need palladium,
Restore order. Lethal force authorized, but don't kill Jack.
we'll be on 30% damage reduction already, and we've only done, you know, 3 or 4 missions.
7, 9, and 11 have lost life support. No survivors.
Now that doesn't mean that we're gonna take all that much less damage, because it is insanity, so they're still gonna deal a lot of extra damage, but it'll just, you know, be helpful to have that extra cushion. So, we're not gonna shoot at the prisoners.
Subtlety.
We're going to shoot at the mercs. And the reason being for that is because of that map right there. So we want the prisoners to deal as much damage, you know, to the mech as possible. And then afterwards, we just go focus on the mech. You will kind of want to get down a consistent system for this, because you will be fighting quite a few of these guys as the playthrough continues. And then this is one of those parts where, you know, you're like, can't really use Garrus all that much, but you can still hit him with the concussion shot. Now you'll notice there that I didn't have Miranda use her warp. That's because whenever they're red like that and they're getting shot, it means that they're about to go down. And even though they don't have a full animation like we do, they will still go out of cover when they use their abilities. So just didn't want her to go down there. And there we go. That's gonna be it for this part. There's nothing over there as far as loot goes.
Shepard, the warden has locked down the area behind you. You must find another exit route.
There is, however,
Power plant damage has led to overload.
This guard got swarmed by
Shotgun
prisoners with
damage.
improvised weapons. He never had a chance.
And then you can also come hack here.
Prisoners are. I don't agree with everything they do here, but it's in the galaxy's best interests. This guard kept maniacs away from innocent people.
And then, you know, you just playing the good old wait game for the correct codes here to go and pop up for you. Bam. Free 4,500 bucks. And then in here, after each of these rooms, there's basically going to be, you know, meta-gel and heavy weapon ammo. And also, whenever you get one of these, it replenishes any ammo that you have as well on all of your weapons. This part can get a little bit hectic, because, you know, you got them coming from multiple angles. Go ahead and just use our thing right here. And so that's just enabling us to go and get extra shots off, basically. So then I can just do drain. Then on this guy, concussive shot. Then on that guy, warp. Then we get the extra shot off there. And then we incinerate by going above. Now we just chill right here while we're waiting on our ability to come back up. And then as you can see now, our shields are coming back down, so don't gotta worry about that. And then we can go do warp there. And then we can do incinerate over there. And you good to go, boys.
The hull has been breached in sectors 12, 14,
so
and
be
30.
careful right here.
No survivors.
Because you're gonna have, again, quite a fight here.
Nice shot.
And so then we'll just incinerate on him. And so the reason we are prioritizing them is because those shotgun guys, once they get into our, you know, melee range, it's not a very good time for us.
This should punch through their armor.
So we got his overload. Let's see. I'm gonna do that. And so as you can see now, we are down to one person. Pretty sure I missed that.
Firing a high impact shot.
And so then just continue to take your time over there. And we'll actually just go ahead and back on, back up, and let them come on to us here. If they're gonna do it. We'll see. Yep, they will. And that's just because we really don't want to be going all the way over there with them and just opening ourselves up in their area, because that mech over there is just like the one that we had to fight in the last room.
One less.
So, you know, you really don't want to be coming up through that low ground. You want to stick to the high. And then that way you are nice and in cover here. as you can see, Miranda and Garrus are down. So we just want to be very, very careful. Go ahead and swap off of our sniper rifle here. There's our O.
Popping failure.
You do want to be careful right here, because obviously it's just us, so if you're not feeling it, go ahead and use your unity to bring them back. That's why we got those upgrades, so that way you could have more benefit there, and then run away, because that hurts if you're near it. So then we got this. So we're just gonna headshot, go way up like that. And so that's just a little trick that you can do, by the way, in case you guys haven't noticed me doing that. If you just look up, it'll typically flick your ability up there.
Requesting support.
Go ahead and do this.
Fire.
And then just, you know, continuing to utilize your cover effectively. Because obviously still outgunned by a fair amount here. Good, we'll just use that to get our shields back up. Swap back over to our sniper now that he's over there. And bye, Felicia. We're gonna have to just switch to this because this is too close now. Trying to, yep, just like I wanted you to do.
Taking fire.
And bam. So, last one left is those few guys over there. So you can go right there and get him. And then, still can't see where this other guy's at, so we'll just go right here and see if that makes any of them move. I think he's hiding over there behind the thing. Behind that little stack of crates over there. And now I know, go use my tactical cloak to try to get some damage amp, but let's do that. Reload. There we go. And then, yeah, as I suspected, he is over here. So you can kind of just sit right here. We'll go ahead and use the cloak right here. Which, as you can see, even if you go and use your... Oh, there's another one?
Can't see him.
Peekaboo. And we done. We get 1,500 extra more credits. Saved ourselves 2 metagel there by not having to bring back the squad mates. I really don't know how they managed to get right there in those like few seconds that I wasn't looking at them. You can try to order them around if you ever see them in a bad position, but sometimes they will still go down, so that's why I usually don't worry too much about trying to keep them in good positions unless it's like really necessary, which there, since we had plenty of room to play around with, you saw we're all good.
You're valuable, Shepard. I could have sold you and lived like a king. But you're too much trouble. At least I can recapture Jack.
Not happening. You're a 2-bit slave trader, and I don't have time for it.
I do the hard things civil governments are unwilling to. This is for the good of the galaxy.
Yes, absolutely right. Killing these guys is absolutely for the good of the galaxy. This room, by the way, you have to be way careful because there are tons of different angles for these guys to all be coming at you from. And if you're like a hair off cover, you're basically gonna your shields are gonna get dropped and it's gonna not be fun.
This will put them down.
Of course, you hit that sort of thing. What you can do right here is just do any ability will take it down, and then just wait for the new enemies to come out. You can go over that way if you want. I don't recommend it. I recommend going this way. And so then you just, like I said, wait for them to come out. So then just get right here. And overload. Incinerate.
Nice shot.
And see, this is what I'm talking about. So see what I was talking about, where like if you're basically like one little bit in the wrong position, it can be not very fun for you. And then I'm also just trying to make sure that Miranda and Garrus don't go down, because in this spot you really don't want to lose them. I do not know why my guy just got up there, so guess we're gonna just resume that and start this part of it over. These things happen though, it's alright.
This should slow him down. Watch out!
Right there. So now we'll try going this way this time, and we'll see what happens. Actually, I might like this way a little bit better.
Firing a high impact shot!
sometimes you get a little bit bugged out like that, where even though you're aiming at the guy, it won't let you go and utilize any of your abilities or squad powers on it. So we'll see if that hits. Okay, that was lucky.
Headshot!
And now he is down. Ah, what is that? Go. Hopefully that'll be enough to get him most of the way down. Yep, it was. And now I need to come over here to get some more ammo. Now be careful, because as soon as you take down that last pylon, our good old friend there, the warden, is gonna go ham and just start shooting at you. And so I am gonna try to focus him down. As much as possible, so that way we can go ahead and end this. Good. And so then again, you just want to be very careful once you see it like that. Don't be poking out. Same here, just don't poke out at all. Just use them, and you're good to go.
Stop!
Cerberus. What the hell do you want?
To rescue you.
You're in a bad situation, and I'm gonna get you out of here.
Shit, you sound like a pussy. I'm not going anywhere with you. You're Cerberus.
I'm not your enemy.
I'm here to ask for your help.
You show up in a Cerberus frigate to take me away somewhere? You think I'm stupid?
Look at your options.
This ship is going down in flames. We can get you to safety, and we're asking for your help.
We could just knock her out and take her.
I'd like to see you try.
No.
We're not gonna attack her.
Good move. Look, you want me to come with you? Make it worth my while.
You don't have to bargain.
Join my team, and I'll do what I can for you.
Don't make promises you can't keep. I bet your ship's got lots of Cerberus databases. I want to look at those files, see what Cerberus has got on me. You want me on your team? Let me go through those databases.
I gotcha.
I'll give you full access.
Shepard, you're not authorized to do that.
Oh, it upsets the cheerleader. Even better. You better be straight up with me. So why the hell are we standing here?
Move up.
Oh, you know, we're just enjoying the scenery, enjoying the ambiance. You guys don't want to stand on the burning ship that's gonna explode soon? So, right there you see we went ahead and got ourselves the extra money, so now we can go back to the Citadel and get that other tech damage boost, which will do Incinerate and Overload, which is why we keep prioritizing that and our weapons damage
Welcome
that
to
we're
the
using.
Normandy, Jack. I'm Miranda, Shepard's second in command. On this ship, we follow orders.
Tell the Cerberus cheerleader to back off, Shepard. I'm here because of our deal.
Give her the files.
Miranda will let you into the system. Let me know what you find.
Hear that, Precious? We're going to be friends. You, me, and every embarrassing little secret. I'll be reading down in the hold, or somewhere near the bottom. I don't like a lot of through traffic. Keep your people off me. Better that way.
And that is where we're going to end for today, you guys. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. It really does help. So, without any further ado, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.